Welcome to the Non-Negotiable Living podcast, where we're building lives by design by creating non-negotiable habits around fitness, family, faith, and financial freedom.
Hey there, and welcome back to Non-Negotiable Living. I'm Ashley, and today we're diving into something that every woman, especially if you're on a health and fitness journey, needs to understand, and that's the idea of what is protein, what does it do for us, why does it matter, and are certain sources of protein better than others? So specifically, we're going to talk about the difference between incomplete versus complete proteins, why both matter, and how collagen fits into the conversation, even though it's not considered a complete protein. So I'm going to walk through what makes a protein quote unquote whole, where to find whole quality sources, how to combine foods to meet your needs, why collagen is still a non-negotiable in my own personal nutrition routine, even though it doesn't check all the boxes. And I'm going to dive into this specifically because I've been getting a lot of hate on Instagram about telling women that they should drink collagen in their coffee every day. So I'm going to break it down. I'm going to myth bust a little bit. I'm going to help you build a better, more confident relationship with your protein intake. So let's start off with what is a whole or complete protein? So we're getting down to the basics. A whole protein, or also known as a complete protein, is a protein source that contains all 9 essential amino acids in the right ratios that your body needs. So these amino acids are called essential because your body can't make them on its own. You have to get them from food. So examples of complete protein sources include eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, beef, pork, dairy like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk, soy products like tofu, tempeh, and edamame, quinoa, and buckwheat. So if you're eating animal products regularly, the chances are you're getting complete proteins in your meals. These are whole proteins, and they're vital to support your muscle repair and growth, your hormone production, your enzyme function, your hair, skin, and nail health, and your immune function. So yes, complete proteins are incredibly important, but here's the thing. Incomplete proteins aren't useless, and they definitely play a role in our body and add benefit. So let's talk about that. A lot of foods that people think are lower quality because they're not complete proteins can still be super valuable. They're called incomplete proteins because they're missing one or more of those 9 essential amino acids. So common incomplete protein sources include beans, lentils, nuts, seeds, whole grains, vegetables. Yes, even broccoli has protein in it, peas, rice, and collagen protein. But here's the key takeaway. You don't have to get all 9 essential amino acids in every single meal. As long as you're eating a variety of protein sources throughout your day, your body is smart enough to piece those amino acids together. So a solid example is if you have rice and beans. Each is missing certain amino acids, but when they are eaten together, they actually complete each other and provide a full amino acid profile. That's why a lot of South American countries eat a lot of rice and beans together. So if you're a vegetarian or plant-based, you can absolutely meet your protein needs without meat sources. You just need to be intentional about the variety. And even if you eat animal proteins, incorporating plant-based proteins to get fiber for digestion and overall health is incredibly beneficial and should be done. So let's talk about collagen and where that all fits in. Collagen has exploded in popularity, and for good reason. It supports our skin elasticity, our joint health, our gut health, our hair, our nails, our bone health. But here's the deal. Collagen is not a complete protein. It only contains 8 of the 9 essential amino acids, and it's low in tryptophan, which is necessary to qualify as a complete protein. So while it's amazing for specific functions, it's not the best choice if your goal is muscle building or meeting your overall protein intake. So for example, when you drink a protein shake after the gym and you put whole protein sources like a whey isolate protein in there, you are supporting every form of muscle growth, recovery, repair, everything, because you have 9 essential amino acids. Collagen on its own doesn't. So if you were to do a protein shake with whey protein and add milk in it and then add collagen, then you're getting everything you need. Or you could just drink your collagen at a different time of the day. But we shouldn't be relying only on collagen alone to hit our daily protein target, but it helps fill the protein gap. So even though it's not a whole protein source, it is still 10 grams of protein per serving and adds a lot of benefits to our body. So we have to think about collagen as a piece of the puzzle, not necessarily the whole picture. So if you're using collagen daily, just make sure that you're also eating whole protein sources throughout your meals. Now let's talk about how much protein women really need, because most women are not eating enough protein, especially if you're active in perimenopause or trying to build muscle or lose fat. A general guideline is to aim for 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. So for most active women, this lands somewhere around 100 to 150 grams a day. And before you panic, that's not as overwhelming as it sounds when you break it up across the day. So if your goal is 150 grams of protein a day, think about splitting that up as 50 grams in the morning, 50 grams in the afternoon, 50 grams in the evening. So a breakfast of 2 eggs and half a cup of cottage cheese, 25 grams of protein. If you throw in a protein shake after your workout in the morning, that's another 25 to 30 grams of protein. That gets you to about 55 to 60 grams of protein. If you have a Greek yogurt with some berries for a snack, that's about 20 grams of protein. If you throw in some chicken salad or a turkey wrap at lunch, that's about 30 grams of protein. If you have some salmon at dinner with quinoa and broccoli, that's about 30 to 40 grams of protein. So it's not difficult to hit your protein goals as long as you are cognizant of it and plan accordingly. But protein supports our metabolism, it helps preserve muscle, it keeps us full, it balances our blood sugar, and when our blood sugar is balanced, our cravings go down and our energy levels go up. So your hormones are happier, and that's what we want. So we have to build protein-rich days. So let's talk about some practical ways to build a balanced day that includes both whole proteins and incomplete sources. So always start your day with protein. For me, I incorporate collagen protein into my coffee first thing in the morning. I wake up at 4 a.m., I get showered, dressed, and ready, and I drink my collagen coffee at 4:30. So when you start your day with protein, it sets the tone for your energy, your hunger control, and your blood sugar levels to stay balanced. We need to build meals around complete proteins. So typically at least 2 times a day, I eat a meat source, an animal meat source, whether it's chicken, turkey, pork, beef, salmon, some sort of fish. And then also, again, eggs and tofu are complete proteins as well. So if you don't prefer animal proteins, you can still have eggs or tofu and make that the anchor in your meals. And then we can use incomplete proteins and add fiber and variety to our meals. So that might be lentils, beans, quinoa, veggies. They all play a role and they're all important. I always recommend people supplementing collagen into their day, whether it's for skin, hair, joint, any of that type of support. It's important and it adds protein into your day. So pair your collagen with complete protein meals. So again, I do my collagen coffee at 4:30 in the morning, and then I have cottage cheese or Greek yogurt or eggs about an hour later. Also, there's nothing wrong with using protein powders and bars when needed. They're a helpful tool. It's not a cheat. It's literally just supplementing to make sure you get what you need, the same way you take your vitamins in the morning to bridge the gaps. But the biggest thing is we have to make it easy. We have to make it sustainable. And most of all, we have to make it fit your life. If it's not sustainable, if you don't enjoy it, if it's not food that you're going to continue to eat, then it's never going to be a system or process that works for you that you can stick with long term. So we need to make sure it fits your lifestyle, that you can stick with it, that it makes you happy, and you don't feel restricted. But the main takeaway is that whole proteins matter. And incomplete proteins matter too. They have their place. And collagen, while not a complete protein, is incredibly helpful for your overall health. So please stop overthinking every little choice and start focusing on consistency and overall habits and goals. Your body is smart, it's resilient, it's capable, and so are you. If this episode helped clarify some confusions around proteins, please share it with a friend, post it to your story, tag me, tell me what was helpful so that I could pump out more content that's useful to you. I love seeing what resonates with my followers. That way I can give you more of what you need. But thanks for listening to Non-Negotiable Living today. Keep nourishing yourself, and I'll see you next time. Until then, make your habits non-negotiable. Keep showing up for yourself. You guys got this.